First order of business is to start with the Minnesota Timberwolves, who've got the #1 defense in the league and now a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year award winner in Rudy Gobert, since it was announced last night that he had won, indeed, Defensive Player of the Year. They're up 2-0 in this Western Conference Semis matchup against the reigning defending world champion Denver Nuggets. Led by 22-year-old Anthony Edwards, the T-Wolves are ready to put the rest of the playoffs under lock and key. And I don't believe I'm exaggerating or engaging in hyperbole when I say that. When you look at Jaden McDaniels, when you look at Naz Reid, when you look at Anthony Edwards, when you look at Karl Anthony Towns, without Rudy Gobert on the basketball court, because Rudy Gobert was with his fiancée who was giving birth to their child, the Minnesota Timberwolves ran the Denver Nuggets out their own damn building. They were kicking Denver's ass so bad. Jamal Murray, class personified, a closer, a winner, a champion, became very, very uncharacteristic, first throwing a towel towards the officiating, and then after that, literally throwing a heating pad on the court that Karl Anthony Towns actually stepped on. You don't know what could have happened to him. It is a miracle that Jamal Murray was not suspended for tonight's Game 3. It's a miracle because he should have been. Now, I'm not advocating for it. I'm not wishing for it. I thought Russell Westbrook should have gotten suspended in Game 3 of the Dallas series. The way that he acted, I don't apologize for that to a damn soul. I meant that shit. I meant it when I said it. I mean it now. Even though, again, I didn't call the league office to ask why he wasn't suspended or to have him suspended, rather. I'm working for NBA Countdown, and I had to ask the question because I was asked to ask the question. But that's neither here nor there. In the case of Jamal Murray, I didn't want this man suspended. I wanted this man for Game 3. By the way, I spoke to the league office about his non-suspension as well. Okay? The official said had they seen it, he would have been immediately ejected. They would have dealt with it. But in the aftermath of it, Adam Silver decided not to suspend him, and that's fine. That's fine. I think that Adam Silver, a great commissioner who's done a great job, opens himself up to criticism because you're going to draw the comparisons between him and his predecessor, the late, great David Stern, who would have suspended Jamal Murray in a nanosecond. And we all know that. But Adam Silver's a bit different. And it's the playoffs. And he doesn't want the playoffs deciding, or suspension by the officials deciding the series, even though that ain't what he did for LeBron James when he gave LeBron and the Cleveland Cavaliers that stimulus package known as a suspension to Draymond Green after Game 4 of that series when Golden State had gone up 3-1 in Cleveland, and Draymond gets suspended. And then after that, Andrew Bogut and Andre Iguodala gets hurt during the game that Draymond was suspended. And the Cleveland Cavaliers ultimately come back and win the series and erase the 52-year-old curse in the city of Cleveland for his sports franchises that couldn't win a championship. But I digress. In the end, what it comes down to is this with Jamal Murray. He's going to play tonight. And you know what? The way the Minnesota Timberwolves looked, particularly in that first half against the Denver Nuggets, it's almost as if they called the league and said, don't suspend him. Let him stay on the court so we can kick his ass some more. That's how ferocious their defense was. These brothers got height. They got size. They're quick of foot. They're tenacious. They go after it at every freaking position. These brothers in Minnesota are no joke. And when you consider that they're led by a 22-year-old superstar in Anthony Edwards, when you combine that with the fact that Karl Anthony Towns makes sure he dropped 27. When you look at a Naz Reid and a McDaniels and an Alexander Walker and a Conley Jr. and these boys, even Slow-Mo himself, okay, with what he brings to the table, I couldn't believe the clamps that I saw Minnesota put down on the Denver Nuggets. I ain't seen defense like that in 30 years. I ain't seen defense like that since the Chicago Bulls, led by Jordan, Rodman, and Pippen, went after the Orlando Magic in Game 1 of their Eastern Conference Final Series when Shaq and Nick Anderson and Penny Hardaway and those boys were on the court, and they were damn near scared to dribble the ball past half court. They were that scared because Jordan and them were in them